The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, might finally be over, but that doesn't mean we've seen the end of Rick Grimes, as Andrew Lincoln has said in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. Never say never regarding another appearance from The Walking Dead's number one man, Rick Grimes. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. The Ones Who Live. It was supposed to be the final goodbye to Rick. They were bringing Rick Grimes back. They were giving him the send-off that he never really got in the original Walking Dead. He was supposed to get the Walking Dead movies. COVID hit. Other stuff hit. The movies kept getting pushed back. Eventually, they decided to scrap the movies. They were supposed to have 3 movies, but instead they did 1 season of The Ones Who Live. Now, that probably equates to roughly the same amount of screen time. If you're going to say that maybe 2 episodes is equivalent to what? Maybe 2 hours? A movie could be 2 hours. So the 1 season and the 3 movies, it was probably around about the same runtime. And they probably just did what they wanted to do in the movies and they put it into a TV series style. Now, Danny Gurira was set to originally miss the first movie because of her commitments to Marvel. So the fact that the movies initially got pushed back and then eventually got cancelled, it probably worked out for the best, because then it meant that The Walking Dead could have the show have the 6 episodes the way they wanted it to, not to wait until the second movie or wait until like episode 3 or 4 in order to bring in whichever characters they wanted. So it probably worked out for them for the best. Anyway, Andrew Lincoln was doing an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and he was asked about Rick Grimes and the potential return for Rick Grimes, as it looks like we're not getting a season 2 of The Ones Who Live. So as things stand, there's no real reason for Rick Grimes to appear again on our television screen, because the original Walking Dead is over. He's not in Dead City and he's not in Daryl Dixon. But Andrew Lincoln answered this by saying, quote, "Never say never. There are other very important characters in the universe that are still wandering around and alive that I think might be quite exciting to have them breathe the same air and see how long they survive together. But it's a difficult one. It would have to be like this. A really exciting story," end of quote. So Andrew Lincoln essentially saying that he's willing to come back. He would come back if the story was good. However, he's willing to step aside and he's willing to give other characters in the franchise a chance, I guess, at having their own solo project or being brought into one of the existing shows. The only problem with that is most of the good characters are dead. The best characters in the Walking Dead universe have already been killed from the very early seasons. When you look at Shane, you look at Merle, you look at Andrea, you look at the Governor, Herschel, Dale, even to like later seasons, you have Glenn dying, Abraham dying. So, I mean, Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, he can talk about even Carl, his son. Coral! We can't get a Coral spin-off because Carl's dead. Carl got bit trying to save some, doctor guy. So what was the point of that? So, it really was dumb killing off Coral Grimes. But now we're at a situation where it's pretty much Rick or nothing. Daryl's the other big character in the show. He's got his own spin-off. You've got Negan and Maggie, they're in a spin-off. And then you've got Carol, who's like the next biggest character, and she's joining up with Daryl Dixon. So in terms of who's remaining, in terms of who is left that you could have a spin-off be focused around, I don't think there is anybody. No one's going to tune in to watch a spin-off about Eugene or Aaron. I mean, those would do record low numbers. Those guys might be okay for a supporting cast, but in terms of the main character, the main lead, nobody wants to see them. So, I don't know. Rick Grimes is saying that he's willing to give others a chance. I think it needs to be Rick Grimes. He is the Walking Dead. Officer friendly, cold as ice. It may as well be him. Doesn't necessarily mean that we need a season 2 of The Ones Who Live. He could appear in Daryl Dixon. He could appear in Dead City. So I think there is opportunities here for Rick. And obviously there's another option where he just retires and we don't see him ever again. But right now it's either we get a season 2 of The Ones Who Live, which looks unlikely. He could appear in either Dead City or Daryl Dixon. We could get a brand new Rick Grimes spin-off, or we might just never see Rick Grimes again. Right now, that is the 4 options. Let me know which one you would prefer to see. I'll put a poll up for it, and you can vote on that. And I'll also put a poll up maybe looking at the remaining characters still alive in the Walking Dead universe, and see which one would be best suited to having a lead role in their own spin-off series. I personally don't think there's many, but we'll have a look at who's remaining. We'll have a look at the the leftover garbage. We'll have a look at the recycling bin, and we'll see if we can mix up somebody decent for a spin-off in the future. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Fog Entertainment, peace out.